Yo, so I just wanted to make a quick video about Naoya Inoue and the hate that he's receiving from the American boxing media. I think it's quite disgusting, to be quite honest with you. If Naoya Inoue was a black guy from Compton or New York, he had won 3 titles in 3 different divisions and went undisputed last year, and then was challenging for his 4th division without taking a tune-up and jumping straight for the #1 dude in the division. Guess what, guys? Everybody would have him on their as their pound-for-pound #1. Everybody would have him as pound-for-pound #1. But unfortunately, Naoya Inoue is, according to the American boxing media, was born in the wrong place with the wrong skin complexion, so he doesn't get any praise. Like I say, the foreign fighters, especially in the Eastern world, they have to overachieve. They have to overachieve and really do something spectacular before the boxing media here in the States ever gives them any credit. It happened with Pacquiao, Usyk, Loma, etc., so forth. I can go on and on and on. They really have Chocolatito. They really have to do something spectacular in order to get their props in North America. And quite honest, it's just biased and bigotry and guys not wanting to give other fighters credits from other part of the world, bro. It's that simple. It's disgusting. So any of my Asian fellas that happen to see this, just know that I'm one of the good Americans, that I don't give a shit what you look like, where you come from. If you're on some bullshit, I'm going to call it out. I feel terrible, that unfortunately a lot of these Americans do have an agenda. They do have a biasness to a particular skin color and a particular nationality, and they don't want to ever give anybody else their credit. And that's just really what it is, people. As much as I'm looking forward to this fight, it's kind of been a narrative-driven shit show on Twitter and YouTube with regards to Inoue's credentials. I mean, the guy's got Omar Narvaez, that other Japanese kid who was a unified champion's name that I can't pronounce. 2 wins over. I mean, this dude completely cleaned out bantamweight, went undisputed. He beat Omar Narvaez when he was at the lower weight classes. This guy's already a Hall of Famer, guys. That's what people don't, and he's got Hall of Famers on his record. He's a 3-weight champion. And something these dudes that are trying to shit on Naoya Inoue fail to recognize is that he's more accomplished than every American fighter you have right now, barring Terrence Crawford. With Crawford as the exception, he is more accomplished than every American fighter in boxing right now. All of them. Wilder, both the Charlo sisters, Tank, Devin, Shakur, all of them. He's done more and accomplished more than literally all of them. And that's what drives me up the wall, bro. Because if this was one of these Americans doing it, they would be up the roof with praise for him, bro. But unfortunately, and a lot of these boxing channels that are trying to shit on Inoue right now, they're the type of guys that think the only problems with America is that there's too many white guys that like motorcycles and NASCAR and guns. So, and I'm just going to leave that comment there. I'm not going to take that any further, but I think we know what I'm talking about. So, unfortunately, Naoya Inoue was born in the wrong place. He has the wrong skin complexion for the liberal American boxing media to give him his props. If he was a gay dude or a black dude, they would be all over him. But, unfortunately, that's not the case. Naoya Inoue conducts himself like a man. The Japanese are honorable people. We went to Japan is one of America's biggest allies, for those of you guys who don't know. And I know, well, what happened 80 years ago in World War II? Well, people change, bro. Governments change. Times change. And so I still see people holding on to that shit from the 1940s. So I think it's, like I said before, I think it's absolutely ridiculous for anybody to root. And don't get me wrong, if there was a kid in Milwaukee or Chicago that was Italian or something like that that was knocking heads off in boxing, obviously I would be rooting for him a little bit. Of course, bro. You know, but it's... I'm not going to sit there and just not give credit where it's due because the dude's not American or he's not black or he's not this or he's not that. And that's what you see a lot of going on right now, guys, unfortunately. And to all the Japanese out there, just know that I'm one of the good Americans. You know, I don't hold any fucking water to where somebody's born or what somebody looks like. I don't care about that. If you deserve credit, you get credit from me. Okay? Just like I'm not giving Devin Haney any credit for getting a bullshit decision over Lomachenko. Just like I didn't give Andre Ward any credit for getting a bullshit win over Kovalev. Just like I didn't give Canelo any credit for getting 2 bullshit wins, well, 1 bullshit draw and a 1 bullshit win over Gennady Golovkin. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go along with the narrative, bro. I'm not going to be a conformist and just go along with what the masses say. I have this real moron thing I do called thinking, and unfortunately, I like to think for myself and not let other people make my opinions for me. And for all those reasons I'm mentioning, I hope Inoue knocks his fucking head off, bro. Because I see all these dudes, Dante, Southpaw, Boxing Ego, Blue Blood, all of these fucking dickheads just have absolutely nothing to say, nothing nice to say about Naoya Inoue. He's a hype job. He's flat-footed. He's this, he's that. He hasn't fought nobody, bro. It's just ridiculous. And as I've said before, Inoue has done more and accomplished more than every American fighter you have right now, barring Terrence Crawford. And that's even debatable, okay? So I just want people to take that into consideration. And if Inoue was American, they'd be calling him, bro. If Inoue was American, they'd be calling him the second coming of fucking Azuma Nelson. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that's not the case. Well, I wouldn't say Azuma Nelson, but you get my meaning, bro. So unfortunately, that's not the case. I find it disgusting how people are treating Inoue, and I just hope he's victorious on July the 25th, just so I can have to listen to these dudes come up with excuses and eat their words and, you know, continue their bullshit liberal narrative that, you know, if you're not an American, you're not a good fighter. If you're not this particular skin color, you're not a good fighter. And the shit we've heard time and time again when somebody comes from a different part of the world, bro. So with that being said, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe. God bless you all. If you feel like donating, you can drop a super thanks or a cash app. It'll be in the comments section. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you very soon. God bless.